Good morning, grade 8. Happy Thursday. I told you I would be back later in the week to go through the 4Ps with a example commercial, so I'm here to do that today. We're going to take a look at a Coke commercial called Brotherly Love. I think many of you have probably seen it before. It's with the Avicii song Hey Brother playing over top. If you haven't, now would be the time to refresh your memory and take a look at the ad. So all you have to do is open up a new tab and find the Brotherly Love commercial. Just type in it into the Google search bar, and then you'll see that it says right there, the very first one that comes up is the Coca-Cola one. So even if you have seen it before, just step one, watch the Coca-Cola ad. As we usually do in class, just watch it to enjoy it the first time, okay? Then step two, watch it again this time. Take a look at the details and see, if you can figure out what's going on, okay? So once you do that, then in the next coming slides, I'm going to go frame by frame almost, and I've taken some screenshots of some of the really important places in the commercial that I want to draw your attention to. So take a moment right now, put me on pause, and watch the commercial twice. Go. Okay, now that you've seen the commercial, this is how it opens. We've got ourselves two brothers. The whole commercial is telling a story. And we've got an older brother here who's shown in the black, right? The black jeans. And then we've got the younger brother here who's shown in red. Right away, these are Coca-Cola colors, the red and black. And this theme is used throughout. I guess it's not a theme, it's more of a motif, a recurring kind of symbol, of recurring color symbolism, so it's called a motif. And you'll see here, even the Coke, which is red and black, is facing the camera. Oh, and even a red pillow over here, and some red decorations on the back wall. So our commercial opens up with a brother playing video games, red controller, and the older brother comes in and starts kind of poking fun at him and, terrorizing him a little bit. So he's playing his video games, he's got the Coke on the table, and he gets, annoyed by his older brother, who then, talking on a red cell phone, takes, I think it's his headphones, and puts the headphones up on the top shelf. The headphones, which are also red and black. So this is how it opens up. I think a lot of us can relate to this if we have siblings. We've got that older sibling who is taller probably. They are stronger, or at some point in their life had that advantage. Then maybe, you're, as a younger sibling, were able to outgrow them like my younger brother did. But, older siblings have the opportunity to make fun and take advantage of their younger siblings. So this is exactly what's happening here, which is pretty relatable for a lot of people. So we've got those headphones being tossed up on the top shelf. And then we cut to the dinner table scene. Again, underneath the table, the parents cannot see. The older brother is stepping on the younger brother's toes. The red and black Converse, again, that recurring motif, those colors of Coke being repeated again. So this happens throughout the ad. My favorite part, though, is looking at the actual dinner table itself. I don't think many people notice this the first time they watch this ad, but the product placement is insane. The position of everything here, all the Coca-Cola, every single glass, and the 2-liter bottle in the middle is facing the camera. There is nothing obstructing the view of this Coke bottle. It is dead center. We've got ourselves a nice medium shot here. The table is right at the brother's waist, so we know that it's a medium shot because we get from head to the waist. And again, red and black plaid shirt. Then it cuts to, I think, a day at school. We know this because there is a red and black backpack on the bench over here. The boy is eating the sandwich alone on a bench. We don't see him with any friends, but there are kids in the background playing basketball or, sports, soccer in the field. Then we see again his red and black headphones and the Coke sitting on the bench next to him. his only friend. And that beautiful logo facing the camera, unobstructed. All of a sudden, so even here, we get our first close-up shot. You can see that it's a close-up because it zooms right in to the Coke logo. We can see the water vapor on the Coke bottle. And this is the point in the ad where the bullies show up. So we've got the bully's arm here that's going in to grab the Coke. And notice that when he grabs it, he's not obstructing the Coca-Cola logo here. He's also taking away the boy's only friend, right? He was sitting on the bench, he was lonely, he had his sandwich and his Coke sitting next to him. So this is the only thing that the little brother has. So in this moment when these bullies show up and take it away from him, it's upsetting and sad because we know that he's outnumbered and there's no way that he would be able to win or fight them off. The other thing that's going on here is the posture. So if you take a look at how the bullies are behaving with their faces and their body language, you'll notice that these two here on either side are quite high status. We've got this guy with his leg up on the bench. He's got a nice smirk on his face. This guy here has his hands on his hips, which is a signal of high status. And then this guy here is the tallest one. And he's also standing up straight and broad shouldered. So these guys here are all showing that they have confidence, they're in control, they have power. And then that beautiful Coke is facing the camera. So imagine how hard this would be, because you have to be in character, you have to be acting like a bully in high status, but you also have to make sure that you're holding a bottle the whole time without the logo getting twisted or turning away from the camera. I think it's really awkward to hold a bottle that low. I think when I'm usually drinking out of a Coke bottle, I hold it a little bit higher up, but then you're blocking the logo, which is a problem. Then we have our first low angle shot. This is important. We can tell it's low angle because the person holding the camera is bent a little bit lower and they're tilting the camera up. Here we have the older brother showing up, and now instead of the posture of the bullies showing status, the camera angle here is showing status. Low angle shots show power. So by him coming in, he looks like the hero. He looks bigger and taller without us even seeing his full body. Then we can see, again, it cuts to a long shot, right? We can see almost their full feet there. Their shoes are cut off, but it's still a long shot. And we can see that he is taller than them. He has been able to take the Coke away. Again, logo facing. And even if you watch that moment, like you play through it, you'll see that it's so awkward for the older brother to grab the Coke from the bully without the logo getting like a finger or anything like that covering up the logo. So you'll notice that it almost looks a bit awkward and choreographed, that part, because you wouldn't be able to cover it up. They'd have to do a new take and they'd have to do it again and again and again to make sure that the Coke part doesn't get covered. So I look at that now and I think it's so awkward to watch. But here, now we can see that he is taller, right? He also has the red and black backpack to match his brother. He's got a red shirt on now to match his brother's red and black headphones. Even here, they each have a little bit of like a taupe or cream color, so they look like they match and like they belong. Whereas these guys here all kind of have the same shades of colors, and now they're all standing back. So we can see here that they don't belong. These guys are on the same team, and these guys are on the same team. Which team is Coke on? Okay, so again, that's all planned. All those details are put in there on purpose. We get our second low angle shot. The bullies have ran away. The older brother scared them off. He gets his one moment with the Coke where we think he's going to drink it. That nice low angle shot. He's the hero. He saved the day. He saved his brother. But instead, he looks at his little brother again. It's crazy, right? Look at that. He looks at his little brother who's looking up, thanks, you saved me, but now you're going to take my Coke and drink it. What kind of brother are you? But instead, we get this beautiful little turn of events where the older brother gives the little brother the Coke. Again, logo showing. This time we can even see the sweatbands as well, which is interesting, another little detail in there. And this pleasantly surprises us, right? This is where the story of the brothers, takes a turn, and we get to see the older brother having that kind of cliche, nobody messes with my little brother except me feeling. A lot of us as older siblings say that, you know, like, oh, I pick on my brother all the time, but you guys can't. Or I'd kill for my brother any day of the week, but I want to kill him all the time. So we get this kind of cliche but adorable sentiment and feeling where the older brother just protected him and then was cute enough to give him the Coca-Cola at the end instead of drinking it himself. So this is our nice turn. It makes us feel happy and warm inside. We see that iconic Coke shot, right? Every Coke commercial has this at the end with the Coke bottle, that nice summer day, and the person taking a drink. Again, we can even see the water vapor on the Coke, making it look super delicious, cold, and crisp. But we know that the story is not quite over, because then the older brother just tips it, and we are reminded that he is still the same older brother. So we know that blood is thicker than water. They are family. Family comes first. But that's not going to stop the older brother from picking on the younger brother. So he walks away with a smirk on his face. You know, again, just showing us that he's the same, that was always going to happen. It's not like the brother just felt like defending him from the bullies. That's something that will always happen. Their whole lives, that brother will always be there to protect the younger brother. And then the ad ends with our final shot again. This time we have the Coca-Cola logo, but also the slogan, taste the feeling. And then the brother, you know, the little kind of nerdy, goofy brother in the background going, oh man, you know, like, we're going to be brothers forever. And he's like, you know, he's the coolest. And that's how it ends. So now I'm going to take a look at the 4 Ps and kind of explain how those are working in the commercial. So point of view is those camera angles. So if you're answering this question, it doesn't have to be long. Really, you just need to take note of which ones are being used for which powerful moments in the ad. So I thought that the 2 most used camera angles were the low angles. Those were used to show that the older brother was the hero. Otherwise, the rest of the commercial was eye level. It's telling a story. So we as the audience want to be able to follow along logically and understand what's happening in the story. So if there's too many high or low or, you know, tilted angles and things like that, it becomes a little bit less realistic. Whereas just watching this and hearing the music at eye level makes us connect to the story and the characters right away. The position or notable frame, so how close things like the product Coke are to the camera. We've got the long shots, the walking in the rain, and the scene where the Coke is getting taken from the bullies. Those are long shots, right? We get the full view, head to toe, and we see those Coke colors being incorporated in the ad as well. The medium shot, so the Coke at the dinner table, and then the close-ups, the most important ones, the shoes, Coke colors, the Coke bottle on the bench, the younger brother drinking the Coke at the end. Those are our close-ups. It again is just kind of reminding everybody, hey, this is a Coke commercial. As I mentioned when we were going through it shot by shot, the Coca-Cola logo is never hidden. This is part of position, okay? It is always facing the camera. This includes the scene at the dinner when all 4 glasses in the 2-liter bottle are facing the camera, and at the end when the bottle is being passed between the bully and the brother. Also, the reoccurring colors of red and black, which are the Coca-Cola colors, are seen throughout. So this is how you would answer position and point of view. Notable camera angles, notable frames, and if you notice the way the people are carrying the product or where the product is positioned in the commercial. Okay, so that's how you would answer those 2. Next ones, posture and person speaking, are again about the people in the commercial. We have 2 brothers in the story. The older one usually picks on the younger one. The older brother is also tall and handsome compared to the younger brother, who is a bit more nerdy, goofy looking, and hasn't had his growth spurt yet. The older one is confident, stands tall, often smiles or smirks. The younger one is often frowning or uncomfortable. He doesn't smile until the very end. The actors are doing this on purpose because their behavior is giving us a feeling which we want to associate with Coke. Okay, person speaking, who is in it and why. Who do we hear? Who's the person speaking to us the whole time? It's the song. So Hey Brother by Avicii plays throughout the ad. This is a popular song and is easily recognizable. The song also talks about brothers, which connects to the story being told in the ad. And then again, who do we see in the ad? The two brothers. They're really our main characters, but they're two no-name actors, which makes them relatable to anyone. If it was a famous person, all of a sudden we go, oh, well, that only applies to that specific person. Whereas having these two that we don't really recognize, we go, oh, they're brothers, just like me and my brother, or just like me and my sister. They're siblings, and we have the same relationship as these guys do in the ad. Okay, so I hope that all of this makes sense, but then what's the point of doing all of this? What's the point of looking for these 4 Ps and analyzing them? Well, once you break down point of view, position, posture, person speaking, and you really take a look at all of those things in detail, you want to answer your final question. What is all of this telling you, the consumer, about Coca-Cola? What's the theme? What's the message here? Okay? And this is my answer for it. The brotherly love ad is saying that siblings are family, and family always comes first. The older brother will always be there for his younger brother when he needs him. Additionally, the song helps reinforce this theme by adding lyrics like, I know the water's sweet, but blood is thicker, meaning family, or blood, right, blood relatives, is thicker than anything else. And more lyrics, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. This, blended with the camera angles, position of the Coke products, and the colors red and black, are telling you that Coke is like the big brother. It will make you feel the same way. And to top it all off, the ad ends telling you to taste the feeling. So that feeling that you have been experiencing for this whole commercial is inside of that bottle of Coke. All you need to do is go buy it, open it up, and you'll feel the same thing you felt when you watched this commercial. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that for me, I love this commercial. I think it's so cute and adorable. And, you know, if I had to pick between Coke or Pepsi, no offense to Pepsi, but I have a Coke bias. So I'm on Team Coke. Sorry, Pepsi people, but, that's what's usually in my fridge or my go-to. So, but that's advertising for you, right? Is it makes us feel this way about certain products, and then we become Team Coke or Team Pepsi, and we have these feelings associated with these products when we pick them up, right? The Coca-Cola commercials at Christmas time, right? I love waiting for Christmas to see what the new Coke commercial is, right? So these brands have really found a way to trigger people's heartstrings and emotions, so that way they become something that is picked up at the grocery store without even a second thought, right? Even though really, like, Coke and Pepsi taste pretty much the same. The last thing I want to end with is an interesting fact about Coke and Pepsi. So you'll remember how we talked about those parent companies with Axe and Dove being the same parent company? Well, Coke owns a whole lot of products, and Pepsi owns a whole lot of products. So even with water, bottles of water, Coke owns Dasani and Pepsi owns Aquafina. So if you're a hardcore Coke fan, then you're going to be buying Dasani water to support Coke, not Aquafina, because that's owned by their competitor Pepsi, okay? And there's tons of sodas that are owned by either Coke or Pepsi. So I would, if you're interested, take a look at what those companies own, and I think you'll be shocked to see all the different sodas and who's kind of Team Coke and who's Team Pepsi. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Just shoot me an email. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much, and see you guys next week. Bye!